We're live here on the Rich Lieberman Bay Area Media Pulse. Look, radio is in a very, very irksome position, and especially locally. Well, we don't really have any radio here, at least the radio that we're all have had, moments of historical relevance where we're used to putting on a news station or a news talk station or a sports talk radio station. With regards to KNBR, which is owned by Cumulus, and Cumulus, which has a knack for destroying legacy radio stations because they don't know broadcasting. But in any event, this is how bad it is at KNBR, where the cash flow is basically non existent, where they literally cover just basic daily expenses, where they don't have the kind of money and financial wherewithal to pay for basic bills. Like, get this, turning the lights on, making sure the power is going. I am told that this past week that they had to basically do something from various accounts to cover their expenses like turning the lights on, the power, the literal power that enables them to broadcast, for example, and to pay the basic personnel, the minimum personnel that they have to make sure that when you turn that station on, that they are on the air. And it's not just a KNBR issue. I'm told it's all over their radio station landscape. I'm talking about Cumulus. So don't be fooled, folks, by these reporters that they've hired, like a Larry Kruger or a John Dickinson or various people. They put these producers who are Uber drivers or whatever they do. They bring them in there. Most of them are all in their 20s, and they're just thrilled to get on the radio. And look, KNBR is not a union station, so they can pretty much pay what they want to pay as long as it's minimum wage. So with a Kruger who tells everybody how successful he is, he's so successful that he went groveling back to KNBR, which they can't even pay their bills, to turn the lights on, the power on. And they're giving him $100 a hit. And he does a YouTube show. But he's groveling to get back on KNBR, and they're giving him $100 to do various shows. Same thing with John Dickinson. It is really, really bad. These guys used to make decent livings. They used to have salaried positions, and nowadays they do not. And they're cutting back in terms of what they're paying, the big hitters, so to speak, like a Greg Papa, like a Tom Tolbert, and an Adam Copes, just to cover their bare minimum to get on the air. I have reported. It doesn't give me any great salvation. I'm just giving you the facts. Any second now, you turn on KNBR, and outside of the 49ers programming, they could be gone, syndicated out of New York, wherever, Chicago, and their local programming kaput because they don't have the financial wherewithal, Cumulus, to pay their bills. And they have to resort to taking money out of other various whatever accounts, I don't know, their accounting, to cover the cost of literally going on the air. Don't be fooled by a Kruger show for only an hour, or John Dickinson talking about the Warriors, who had to cover his own airfare to go to Hawaii to cover training camp, which I still have no reason or idea why they sent this guy who had to pay his own expenses to go to Hawaii. The NBA is profound, but I don't know if it's profound when training camp takes place. So, look, They're having money issues, they being Cumulus. It trickles down to their stations, which in this case include LA, the Bay Area, San Francisco, etc., etc. Turning the lights on, making sure payroll is secured, it isn't. It's anything but stable. And the only thing that is transparent is the fact that they've been able to go on the air still. Other than that, folks, get ready for the shock. And it's not going to be that big of a shock because apparently it's just in the cards. Look at the radio ratings in San Francisco. KNBR, just this last book, dropped almost 2 points. Nobody listens to KNBR. The only time they do listen is when there's a 49ers game. And even at that, it's minimal. That's just the facts. But whatever, I warned you.